Okay, picture this. It's March 2026, and the biggest, most important battle in the tech world isn't for your desk, and it's not for your pocket. No, it's for your face. Three absolute titans have unleashed their visions for the future of computing, and we're here to break it all down and figure out who is really winning the war for your reality. So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll meet our three main contenders and really get a feel for their core philosophies. Then, we're diving straight into a head-to-head hardware showdown. After that, we'll explore their ecosystems, which are, trust me, worlds apart. We'll see how they stack up for work, for play, and for privacy. And then finally, we'll deliver the final verdict. But listen, this isn't just about comparing spec sheets. Not at all. This is a clash of three fundamentally different ideas about how we're all going to live, work, and play in this new spatial world. Each one of these headsets represents a totally unique bet on what that future looks like. First up, we've got Apple's second-generation Vision Pro. You can think of this as the artisan's choice. Apple is aiming squarely at creative professionals, developers, enterprise users, basically anyone who demands a flawless, high-fidelity experience above everything else. It's designed to be the ultimate spatial workstation. And then in the total opposite corner, you've got Meta with the Quest 5. This thing is the undisputed champion of fun and accessibility. Meta's entire strategy here is about getting a headset into every single home. And they're doing it by focusing on what's just plain fun. Amazing games, social VR, and a price that, doesn't make your wallet want to hide in a corner. And our third contender, the Samsung Galaxy XR2. This one was co-developed with Google, and it's the great integrator. Samsung's whole goal is to create this seamless bridge between the Android phone you already have and love and this brand new world of spatial computing. It's meant to be a natural extension of your digital life. All right, now let's get physical. We're diving deep inside the machines themselves to compare everything from weight and price to the core tech that's actually powering these wildly different experiences. Okay, the first thing that just jumps right off the page is the weight. At only 350 grams, the MetaQuest 5 is the lightweight champion, and it's not even close. And that's a huge deal for comfort, especially if you're planning on long gaming sessions or VR workouts. They pulled this off with a thinner lens system and a lighter polycarbonate shell. Wow. Okay, this chart right here, this tells you pretty much everything you need to know about the strategic divide. The Quest 5 is just $499, which makes the nearly $2,500 Vision Pro 2 look like it's from another planet. And this isn't just a price gap, it's a completely different philosophy. Meta is playing the long game for mass adoption, while Apple is sticking to its classic playbook: own the high-end, high-margin professional market. Now, a peek under the hood really reveals each company's priorities. Apple, with its custom M5 chip and those stunning 4K micro OLED displays, is all about raw performance. Meta, on the other hand, prioritizes freedom with a best-in-class 3.5-hour built-in battery. And then there's Samsung, whose uniquely bright micro LED display makes it the only one you could actually use for AR outdoors in the sunlight. Of course, the hardware is only half the story, right? The real war is being fought in the software, in the app stores, and in the digital worlds these amazing devices unlock for us. So Samsung and Google are playing a numbers game with Android XR, and it's a pretty smart one. The day you unbox it, you get access to over 200,000 existing Android apps that just work in floating windows. Now, only about 2,000 are truly native spatial apps, but that instant compatibility gives it a massive head start right out of the gate. And this is where you really see that philosophical split in bright colors. Apple's Vision OS is a productivity powerhouse. We're talking over 15,000 professional apps from huge partners like Adobe and Autodesk. Meanwhile, Meta's Horizon OS has basically cornered the market on gaming and entertainment, with over 800 native games and key media partnerships with folks like Netflix and Disney+. So, how does all this tech actually translate into your daily life? Let's take a look at how these headsets perform when you're trying to get work done, when you just want to have some fun, and, maybe most importantly, how they handle your personal data. All right, check out this number, 35. 35 pixels per degree, or PPD. Now, that might sound super technical, and it kind of is, but it is the absolute key to productivity. It's a measure of display density, and it directly controls how clear text looks. And Apple's, it's the best in the industry, period. So, what does 35 ppd actually mean for you? Well, it means this is the first headset where you can genuinely, comfortably read small text. like lines of code or tiny numbers in a spreadsheet, for hours on end without serious eye strain. This is the one feature that lets the Vision Pro 2 truly replace a multi-monitor setup. Now, Samsung's approach to getting work done is really clever because it uses the powerful little computer you already carry around in your pocket. It's called DeX XR mode. You just use your Galaxy phone to power a full spatial desktop with up to 5 virtual monitors. It's an incredibly seamless way to go from your phone to a full-blown workstation. Now, when it's time to play, there's no question the Vision Pro 2's M5 chip delivers the most mind-blowing graphics. But, and this is a big but, the Meta Quest 5 wins the overall gaming experience hands down. That's thanks to its super low controller latency. We're talking just 8 milliseconds, its comfortable weight, and its absolutely gigantic library of games. Okay, let's talk about a really critical issue, privacy. And the trade-offs here are crystal clear. Apple leads the pack by processing all the sensitive stuff, like your eye tracking and room maps, directly on the device itself. Meta is the most concerning, since it uses engagement and even eye tracking data to target ads. Samsung kind of lands in the middle with strong encryption, but still tied into Google's wider data ecosystem. So, after weeks of testing, across work, gaming, and just daily life, it is finally time to tally up the scores and deliver our final verdict. We've seen 3 completely different philosophies, 3 wildly different price points, and 3 very different sets of strengths. So the big question is, who actually wins the reality wars of 2026? Now, if you just glance at the final scorecard, you'll see the total scores are remarkably close. But you know what? The totals don't tell the real story here. What really matters is where each device wins. The Vision Pro 2 absolutely dominates on display quality and productivity. The Quest 5 crushes it on gaming and value. And the Galaxy XR2 takes the crown for its incredible ecosystem integration. So our recommendation is this. You buy the Apple Vision Pro 2 if your headset is a professional tool, plain and simple. If you're a developer, a 3D artist, an architect, that unmatched display clarity justifies the crazy high price as a legitimate business investment. The Meta Quest 5 is for you if your #1 priority is entertainment. If you want the best VR gaming experience, the biggest library of things to do, and an awesome device for VR fitness, the Quest 5 is the unbeatable champion of fun and value. There's no contest. And finally, the Samsung Galaxy XR2 is your go-to device if you are a dedicated Android power user. I mean, if you already live in the Galaxy ecosystem, the seamless way it integrates with your phone, your watch, and tools like the S Pen XR just makes it the smartest and most logical choice for you. So ultimately, there isn't one single winner here. What we have are 3 different champions for 3 different kinds of people. The next era of personal computing has officially arrived. The only real question left is, which future are you going to choose to step into?